We are here today on MCA TV with Professor Burgio. Welcome, Professor. Can you tell us something about the complexity of prenatal exposure?
Sure. It is well known that the fetus is not fully protected from the environmental pollutants, but it is only 1 decade, 10 or 12 years that we are working to better understand the mechanisms by which the pollutants and the chemicals and the drugs and a lot of environmental factors can induce the epigenome of the fetus, of billions of cells in the fetus to change, interfering with the fetal programming of the tissues and organs, and opening the way to a lot of chronic diseases. So what we are understanding now, that even if the fetus and the child cannot be directly diagnosed for some diseases, we can find, for example, obesity and juvenile diabetes and allergies and autoimmune diseases and developmental disorders like autism and even some neuropsychiatric diseases and even cancer many years after the birth of the child. Why? Because many pollutants don't act directly on the DNA or on the tissues and the organs, but they act on the software of the genome, which is the epigenome. So it is the programming of the fetus and of the child that is disturbed in some way from many pollutants. And many of these pollutants can act in a synergically, so in a complex way. That's why, for example, we know now that endocrine disruptors that are in the food chains and ultrafine particles that are in the atmosphere of our cities and even electromagnetic fields can interfere together. This means a great complexity. This means the difficulty, that's very difficult for us to study all these, but this means that it is very important, because if we want to find a way to reduce these diseases, we must act by a sort of primary prevention, reducing the exposure of the mother, of the fetus, and of the little child. This is the only way to reduce the chronic, not communicable diseases that are increasing all over the world.
Thank you, Professor.